And today, on how to give yourself your own colonoscopy, we change the battery. Why do we change the battery? Simple, because it's not working anymore. The bike is now 2 years old, and when I took her out, I usually ride on the weekends only, put the key in, ignition, everything normal, hit the starter, it just went click, everything went off, and came back on again. So I'm like, okay, could be starter, could be my idiocy, who knows, we're going to figure it out. Took the battery, well, actually, before you even do that, you can go into the menu, the general menu, and have a look at the voltage. Mine was sitting at 10.8. No good. Should be about 11.6, 11.8. Proper. When it's charging, it'll go up to 13.6, 13.8. That's okay. So, battery wasn't good. So, luckily, I had one of these already installed. And that leads to this little thing, an Optimate. Beautiful little piece of kit, easy battery tender. Put the battery on charge for 1 hour. This thing already said it was red zone, it was trying to save it already. So charged it, jumped on the bike, went off, rode for about 2 hours, came back, had a look again. Battery had dropped again to close to 11.2 volts, according to the KTM screen. Hooked it back up here, and again it was telling me red, need to save the battery. And let's face it, this low battery hit me out of the blue. There was no warning sign that this was happening, nothing. So imagine if you were somewhere out in the veld, you try to start your bike and click. You need a car battery or somebody with jumper leads. Not ideal. So, new battery it is. And we went for Motobat. Basically Batman's car. If it were yellow. Well, Motobat. Yeah, stupid joke. Okay. That's the original YTZ 14S. And this is the Motobat. Model number for all of those, MBTX9U for those who are illiterate, and it also says replaces these batteries, and one of them is the YTZ14S. Size-wise, okay, millimeter smaller, that's about it. Look, I put Motobat in my KLR and huge improvement. What I do like about these batteries is that there's 2 plus points, 2 negatives. Comes with a spacer to make the battery fit if it's too low or too high. It even comes with tools, nuts, bolts, everything you need. And something to share on your Facebook or Twitter account. I will never understand that. So, installation. Relatively simple once you get the seat off. I found though, when you open the battery, okay, remove this, plonk that up, take the ECU unit and just gently lift it off its pegs. It's not fastened down, these are just rubber pegs, so do it gently. If they don't move for you, put a bit of WD-40 down here to grease them and gently lift this up. Remember, this is your baby's brain. There's not much in it, but it's important, okay? And once you've done that, disconnect the positive lead first, then the negative, and then take it out. Bearing in mind we're dealing with the KTM engineers, if this cable is underneath the battery, this is the plug cable, move it out of the way, and then you should have enough grip from your hands, from your constant masturbation, to be able to pull this battery out in one go. You may have to wiggle it side by side, but once you got a good firm grip on her, just pull it out. Usually, the rubber casing comes out along with it, and this is actually the pain in the ass. If you push this one down and get just the battery, it'll make your life easier. Learn from me, okay? Right, what else? If you really want to be pedantic, put some WD-40 inside, water repellent. This is rubber, it's going to fail anyway one of these days. And then, let's put the battery in. And there we go. Snug as a bug in a Muslim's rug. Social justice warriors be damned. Right, before we begin, connect. How do you connect these? Remember, your bike's main drawer, the starter, should always contact first. Your secondary accessories, heated grips, foot warmers, prostate massages, they should be last because they're not that vitally important. Well, maybe the latter one, depending on what you like. Right, that's that. Anything else? Nope. Oh, ECU, snug, all good. Let's get you done. And there we go, done. Lead, everything's there. The seat should fit, hopefully. Have noticed that the leads from the KTM to the battery terminal, they're quite thick, and with the extras, the screws were a bit short. So reuse the OEM ones. I've noticed the OEMs are actually quite good quality, so there's probably a reason. Regardless, that was that. What else can you still do? Put some KY jelly, if you've got some left over from last night, on the terminals. Spray some WD-40 on it, prevent corrosion. Though I wouldn't really, because all the dust will just gather on it and, dust accumulates moisture, corrodes fast. No, leave it dry if you can. What else? If you're working on anything electrical, get rid of your wedding band or any sort of metallic things. You don't want to get a shock to the system. One good question. Why didn't I go lithium-ion technology? Well, this battery, all included, taxes and all, set me back 980 Rand. Divide by... Jesus. Who opened his mouth yesterday and our Rand crashed again? 12.5. Divide that. Don't look at me. You're in front of the computer. You got a cell phone with a calculator. Piss off. Yeah. A lithium-ion battery in South Africa, nearly unobtainable. And if it is, comes in at 3,500 Rand. I can buy several of these batteries. But I hear you saying, ooh, the weight difference, and you don't have to charge them and they last longer. Comrade, I'd need to get a new charger for White Elephant. And I'm still not 100% sold on lithium-ion. It's still too new. Look, Tesla is doing a good thing, but I don't know. At that exorbitant price, I feel like a sucker going for the latest and greatest because I have to have it. I don't agree to that. So I'd rather, lose 4 kilos or 3.5 kilos what this thing weighs and save myself a couple of bucks which I can use for fuel, which interestingly is heading in the direction of 15 Rand a liter. That's, what is that in gallons these days? Yeah, who knows? First world problems. What else? Oh, remember this thing, when you push in, it's supposed to go click. If it doesn't, do that a couple of times, you'll be all right. And I suppose there's one last thing we have to do. Well, that's reassuring. Okay. Damn it, how do you program the VCR again? There we go, battery 12.2, oil temperature 14 degrees. Are we in neutral, Daddy? Maybe. Let's see. Okay, that works. Now I just have to figure out how to set the time again because I pressed back. Yeah. Groovy, and that's how you install a battery in a KTM 1190. You are most certainly welcome. Both of you. Good night. One last thing. So what do you do with the old battery? Well, you can take it to a battery shop and get a couple of rands and cents for it for a disposal fee. Don't know really with these sealed ones if that's still the case, or motorcycle batteries because they're so small. Alternatively, just, bury it out in the forest somewhere. I mean, lead is pretty much disposable. It even says here you're not supposed to put it in the normal bin. You're supposed to recycle it. So burying it in the ground is recycling. If, however, you live in South Africa and you have an electric fence, ladies and gentlemen, this battery still has a lot of juice in it. And those piss poor Chinese electric fence batteries, what you have to buy, those 6-hour amps, this one has got 11.8. So give it 10 still. This thing will keep your Energizer running for a lot longer than that standard battery. Food for thought. Later.